Good morning, everyone. It's Yvonne back to do your bonus read. It's a bit of a chilly morning here in Oz. I just did a little bit of a look into the crystal ball. And what I saw this morning is I saw someone's been watching you. Someone's been keeping an eye on you. There are still mountains to climb before they can come to you. So they're still climbing. They're still looking for the space, but in the space they see you as their oasis. So they see you as, you know, the spot where they can just make their way to and have what, you know, what they need. It's sort of like you're their escape, maybe their little island. So they're making their way towards you. But there's still mountains in the way. So they have still some things to overcome. But that's what I sort of got this morning. Okay, we're going to use the Tarot Mucha. And first off, I have out the High Priest or the Hierophant, which is the card of stability, tradition, large organizations, can be the card of traditional marriage, but definitely this feeling of being very stable, very in control, very in charge. Having a lot of foresight is what Spirit's saying to me here. Having a lot of being able to see forward. Someone's really changed the way they think here. It's like they've perhaps been a little stuck and a little bit maybe stuck in emotions, stuck in the past. It could be you. It could be you finding stability after releasing the past, seeing the future. It could be you now looking forward. But whoever this is has started to understand the value of trusting the now, living in the moment, not trying to control. Okay, so we have the Empress coming out behind that. So the Empress is the card of, I noticed that she has, it's the female symbol underneath it. She is Mother Earth, Gaia. She is a person who's ready to birth new things. She's in a beautiful time in her life where she is feeling really self-nurtured, self-loved, and ready to welcome in something very beautiful here. And someone's coming in with an offer. Now, whoever this is coming in with the offer, it could be an earth sign, Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo, but this person is very, very slow here. And like I said, in the crystal ball, I could see they have mountains to still cross. So that means they haven't finished their journey back yet. They still have things they have to do. So if someone's taking their time coming to you, that's why. They are looking towards the future, though, without any doubt whatsoever. I love this. The energy has changed. So they've won at something. Whatever battles they've had in their own life, they have now got through. So these could be emotional battles they've had to get through, but it can also be about them having to do a lot of physical battles too. You've got someone here who wanted to sort of, you know, don't come if you don't come right, that sort of thing. This person's been working on their own stuff in order to come forward. So they've been led, obviously, by the universe to either put in the work they need, and also I think from a logical perspective, there seems to have been a lot of work gone into themselves in other senses, like into their work, their financial status, a lot of work into that physical aspect of themselves as well. They want to come right. So they really are preparing to do the right thing. This is why they're coming up as that Knight of Pentacles, because they're putting in the energy to make sure they've got everything in the right order, as it were. Okay, so we have the Six of Pentacles. This is exactly why, you see. So I think you're dealing with someone who wants to make sure that they can put in the right amount of effort here. It may be that they haven't felt, I don't know, sometimes people say people don't feel good enough, but I sort of feel that that sounds really negative. But I think this person perhaps felt that they needed to be better rather than they didn't feel good enough. I think that they felt they needed to be better. So it's almost like they've been putting effort into being more ready. Being more ready in a physical sense as well as an emotional sense. Okay, so we have the King of Pentacles here. So some of you definitely dealing with earth signs here. The King of Pentacles can represent Capricorn, Taurus and Virgo, but more so this king is about, he likes his money, not because particularly the money's great. He's a hard worker. He puts in the time and energy he needs, and he's very focused on his money here. But it's more about he likes the things that money brings him. He likes to eat well, he likes to live well, and he likes his creature comforts. That's what the earth signs always come across, but they're always very structured, very organized creatures. Not that all earth signs are like that, because it would depend on what other aspects are in their charts, but as a earth sign here, as a pentacle, that is the sort of energy this king is giving off here. Okay, so whoever this is has most likely been through their own set of battle. It could be too that this is you, so I can't discount that with a general reading. But this could be you. Whoever this is has been through a lot of battles. It could be that you've done a lot of cycles too, where you've been through the same thing over and over again. The 9 signifies it's coming to the end of a cycle. This person's wounded from all of these battles they've been through, and they're ready to close out some sort of cycle here. Oh wow, 5 of Wands. Someone is wanting to come forward but still dealing with stuff in their own life here. I guess that's why they're saying they still have mountains to climb or pass. There seems to be a lot of conflict. It could be conflict with a situation they're currently going through. It could be their own internal conflict. This feels to me like they're still going through external conflict here. And this person is staying very, very focused on their own wealth in terms of not just monetary wealth, but their own wealth and health and their ability to invest in something. So they're still focusing on this, even though all this turmoil is going on around them. So they may be going through some sort of external turmoil as well. We do have the Hanged Man coming out here. Now the Hanged Man talks of I almost want to put him up the right way. Isn't that interesting? Okay, so Spirit's asked me to put him up the right way. I feel like you've had someone coming out of a period of time where they've done a lot of thinking and a lot of healing. This person is, he actually is mostly healed here. They've seen things in a very different way because they're looking at things from a different perspective now. I feel like you've had someone who's been living in the past here really strongly. Okay, 7 of Pentacles coming through. So someone who's done a lot of manifestation. Yep, there we are with the Hermit card. Still maybe doing some work on themselves, but I feel like the work they're doing now is more externally rather than to... That's what it is. Okay. I feel that this person has done most of their internal work. I think internally, spiritually, emotionally, they feel ready, but they've still got a lot of this external stuff that they're going through. So I feel like they know what the journey is now. You're dealing with someone who's had some sort of awakening. They've been told or shown by the universe their journey. They're in complete understanding now of who they are and what that represents for them. And I feel like now they're trying to manifest their way out of some sort of mess that's more around them rather than within them. Okay. There we go. Ace of Wands coming through. A brand new start. This person wants a brand new start. They want to leave the past behind here. Okay, and they're putting down the burdens. All right, now if this is you or you're dealing with this person, I feel like they know what journey they're on now. They know what's going on. They may not be ready to talk just yet though, because they're still going through a lot of external pain and energy here. So you've got someone here who's trying to focus on the big picture and ignore the nitty-gritty day-to-day detail. I feel that the emotional stuff probably is sort of in a good way now. The understanding what they want, all of those things seem to be, internal stuff seems to be very much in the right place. This person is ready for a brand new start, feeling very passionate and driven to move forward. But I feel that with this sort of energy here, there's still quite a lot of outside work to be done to close out some sort of cycle they're going through. For some of you, you could be dealing with someone who's married, but I feel that they're about to make a move forward. I feel this person is wanting to make an offer and is in the process here with this Three of Wands. But I feel like this is why the energy is so different. I feel like this person's still dealing with a lot of external conflict. So conflict on the outside rather than the inside. So the inside's going well. It's almost like this person has made up their mind. They're clear about their journey. They may still not be communicating because they're still dealing with a lot of stuff on the outside of them. As I said, for some of you, you may be dealing with someone who's in another situation. You may be dealing with someone who has financial troubles and is trying to pull together a financial future. You could be dealing with someone because of what's happening at the moment that may not be working, but this person is really trying to pull their life together here. Okay, I'm going to put some more cards on it. Now I'm doing it like a personal reading, but I'm curious now I've seen all that. So I just want to put some more cards down. Okay. Come on, Spirit. Seven of Cups here. You may be dealing with someone who's had addiction issues or is very, it feels like they've had a lot of other issues that are holding them back. There's a lot of confusion here. For some of you, you may be dealing with someone who's had to deal with their own addictions or their own issues holding them back. And I think those are more the external things we're talking about here rather than the internal things. Even though drinking may be internal, it's something that this person has battled with for a long time. So you may be dealing with someone who has those issues. Okay, so Three of Cups coming out. Some of you, I think it's about people who are in other situations, other relationships. Some of you could be dealing with a Leo or a Pisces here. There's a lot of joy in the future. This person's realizing, this person has had this realization that they don't want to lose the possibilities that lay in front of them, or lie in front of them. This person has had this really big awakening. I think that maybe they've tried to drown themselves in alcohol, or maybe sort of try to immerse themselves into another relationship, trying to ignore the possibilities. But this shows me that they know now that there are these beautiful possibilities in front of them and they don't want to let them go. Okay, so we have the Chariot card here. Now, it's really interesting again. So again, you could be dealing with a Cancer. But in this particular deck, see, the Sphinxes aren't moving. So I feel like, in some decks that you see the animals going very, very quickly. This person still can't move. They're still stuck to something externally that they're trying to work with. So if you're dealing with someone who has any of those issues that I was talking about, your person hasn't or isn't able to move at this time. I see the sunshine behind them, so I know that they've seen what the future holds. They've had a little glimpse. The universe has shown them what the future holds, but they're being held back by these other situations at the moment. Either another person, an addiction, or it can be just a woman holding a heart just came out then. It could also be that they are confused about whether they have enough to offer yet or not, and they may be working on what they have to offer. Now I have two cards coming out today, so we will read both of those. Some time ago I read two cards and it sort of sounded like it was one for each of the people involved, so it's possible that that's why they could have done this. Okay, I have the Goddess of the Moon coming out here. This card shows an eternal spirit holding the bright reflective moon and standing in front of the crystal clear waters of a sparkling waterfall. Her arms are stretched upwards, had to turn the page, sorry, receiving the light of the moon and the light of inspiration. This card is all about intuition, the ability to receive insights from your soul's point of view. Receiving the card upright tells you that you have the power to get intuitive information on all types of issues, and now is the time to use it. The goddess of the moon brings you all sorts of information from the mundane to the spectacular. For instance, you could get the urge to take a different route home from work and find out later that you've avoided a 3-hour traffic jam. Or you might have an idea for a great invention, a stock investment, or a spellbinding novel. The card could also indicate a significant blossoming of psychic ability and mediumship, even on a professional level. You're always blessed with this ability to connect, but this card is telling you now is the perfect time to open up. Get ready for the amazing inspiration this brings. I feel like this is your person. I feel that they've had this huge awakening, and it may be that that's what's confusing them a little bit at the moment, because they want to move forward and they can't because they have other things holding them back. The other card that came out was Yin Yang, but this is about passive, active, intuitive, logical. This card represents energetic life cycles, and its purpose is to help you identify the particular cyclic energy moving into or out of your experience. In its upright position, it heralds a yin cycle. Most of the action seems to be happening under the surface of things. This is a time of great receptivity, intuition, and gestation. External circumstances may be forcing you to go within and examine present activity. It's an especially good time for completion, so wrap things up. Yin cycles often call you to be passive, yielding, and reflective, so open up to these sides of your nature. Being more than acting is the intention here. So I think this is you, whoever the person is that this wasn't about. The universe is asking you just to be at the moment, just to wait, just to deal with your own stuff and not to worry. This person is going through theirs. Leave them to go through theirs. Do not approach. They are not going to respond to you. Allow them to work through these energies and just trust that the universe is bringing them back. Have a great day.